and then we've got some other ones. Now, these, again, some of these are very popular, been used for years already. My favourite one to use for this is Minecraft. Absolutely amazing. You know, I was teaching for years and I thought, looking at landscape landforms, looking at communities, Kubapedi, the houses underground, and all we do is just draw them, and the kids say, so can we actually build it on Minecraft? You know what, why not? Okay? They get on their iPads, and that's screenshots of actually stuff they've built. So they're excavating ground, they're excavating it, they're building a house for me underground that goes under their forearms, that's their underground house there, in Kubapedi. Okay, they design it first, they research where Kubapedi is, why they live underground, the climate for it as well, so why they're living underground for that reason. They draft their plans first to make sure they're on the right track, and then they go off and actually create themselves on Minecraft. And the good thing about it is that they can take some screenshots of it on their iPad, and they then email them to me so I can make sure that they're you know, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now there is an education version of this as well, so Minecraft EDU as well, and that's what that link takes you to, the educational version of it. So it does also offer things like lesson plans and strategies you can use. Yes?
Very teaching scale, I've actually had kids designing classrooms to scale in Minecraft. So they've actually physically measure the classroom and work out how to turn it into Minecraft blocks and then build the desks and everything. Looks well.
Fantastic, fantastic. And that's something then, so have you figured out roughly how big their Minecraft world needs to be?
They have to work that out, but yes, I know the classroom's about 4.5 meters wide by about 8 meters bang. So they have to calculate the blocks and calculate the scale for that.
Great. Again, easy, and that's a way of integrating geographical skills into something where they think, okay, well, I'm playing a computer game, but, you know, I hate to use the word edutainment. Really don't like that word, but that's something that makes it engaging. They don't realise they're actually learning the scale because they're having fun doing it.
There's one here, the iFiles, and you see it fly through a classroom, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Geoscience has also got a range of resources for Minecraft too.
Science. Is that
Geoscience.
Geoscience.
Yeah.
So the Australian Geoscience
Yeah.
Division.
Yeah. So if you go to Geoscience, they've got all the geology of Minecraft stuff and their printable resources. Or if you actually visit Geoscience down in Canberra, they'll just hand you as much of that stuff for free as you want, like posters and games and all sorts of things.
Beautiful. I do love free stuff.
Yeah.
My favourite word, especially as a teacher, free.
Yeah.
Free. Global Elevation Service as well. This one's teaching topography as well. Draw a link between Sydney and Melbourne. Before I came here, I thought, well, what's the topography like? You draw your little, I'll spec this up, it does take a while to actually process this. And it shows you the elevation between Sydney and Melbourne. And they can go along at every single part of that line and actually says at this point it's X amount of meters, at this point it's the next amount of meters. You go through Lake Eyre, it actually dips below sea level for you as well. You can go across the world if you like, it just takes a bit more time for it to process. So that one there, you have to probably click on the link for it to actually work because it's a very, very long link. I couldn't the whole thing in. That one there is great because you can then actually work out, well, if we're going on a lot of the times we go on field trips as well between your school, depending on how far away you are. You might be going to the beach for a coastal field trip. You can get them to work out the elevation as well before you get there. You can then work out, well, what topography is it like down in the coastal region? Why is it like that? You can then work out, well, what's the climate differences between where we are now and where we're going? And does the elevation sort of correlate with the climate we're seeing as well? You might be starting in the middle of the mountains and then working all your way down. You can just see it slowly go down. You can draw a transect using these as well. So you can take a screenshot of that bit and actually draw your transect along there as well. So that's quite a long distance. But if you only did it as, you can zoom into just your suburb and it'll do it for you. You can just do a transect between one end of your school to the next. That's an into the other end of the school as well. Canva, one of my favourites as well. Web browser and iPad, the device, iPhone device as well. Creating infographics. The visual elements of this are amazing. The kids tend to enjoy the visual a bit more. This is a free service. You can pay for premium as well, but again, I'm happy with just the free version of it. Creating weather forecasts. Top major South American commodities. These three that I've chosen, I haven't actually made these. These were already on there. These were pre-made templates. So all the students can do is actually just remove the numbers and put in their own, the images are there already. So if kids struggle to figure out how to actually create anything on a website, you don't have to learn how to reinvent the wheel yourself. There are some pre-existing design elements there for them as well, okay, that they can work on. This is one of my favourites. Using Skype in the classroom as well. So Skype in the classroom, free tool by Microsoft. You can take, again, not using virtual reality, so you don't have to worry about buying cardboard boxes. No risk assessment forms, no permission slips. You can take virtual field trips around the world. You can collaborate on lessons with others. You can talk to guest speakers. You can play mystery Skype. Has anyone played mystery Skype before? I'll show you a quick clip. On their website as well, if you want to invite guest speakers into your class, so for example, if you want to talk to a deep sea marine biologist, it'll actually say this person is available to do class discussions. They are currently 4 hours ahead of you in a time zone. It allows you to actually work out, well, what time can I ask them to do it. It is a free service as well, so they're not going to ask for a fee. You have to pay $150 per kid to listen to me. But something like that as well connects them and sort of says, well, okay, one person in one classroom in Sydney, another classroom in in Mexico City, like in this example here, for example here. Ask some questions. What major landforms are near you? What major rivers are near you? They're using atlases. They're using paper atlases. That's another thing you can include in that. It doesn't have to be all about the technology as well. It can be like a real scavenger hunt of trying to figure out what's going on. There's an index at the back of the atlas. You don't just have to thumb through it till you find a country. And then the final one before I'm going to let you guys have a play around some of the tools is nation states. It's a game online based on the book Jennifer Government by an Australian author called Max Barry. Much like Run That Town, this is geopolitics, but with a twist, where the kids again find out that the world doesn't always happen in a linear way. They set up their own country. This is an educational platform as well, where you can set up class regions. So when you look at, for example, the Asia Pacific region, you can actually set up your own classroom as a region. And the students get invited in, there's passwords, you can't have people abusing them online, so it's very safe for them as well. And they create a country, they put in their political preferences. This is a great way to then have discussions about that as well. And it tells you, I play it on a centrist democracy, because I try and make it very moderate for them as well. And they'll get issues. They might get an issue that says, poets want more money, the fine arts wants more money. They can say yes or no. If they say yes, there's unintended consequences that then they realise, oh, but I didn't want that to happen. You can have a talk about geopolitics and you can look around the world today and say, well, things don't always happen the way we think they're going to happen. They say, yes, I gave poets more money, and then the thing will say your economy has crashed because all of a sudden doctors and nurses have lost all their funding because the government had to find the money somewhere. And you think, well, I don't want that to happen, but that's how it works. Okay, you can't always guarantee things like that aren't going to affect negatively other aspects. So, and it's great to look at as well how geopolitics works, because as the teacher in that region, you've got basically UN sort of rights where you're in charge of the region. You're the player. You've got the minnows, you've got the countries that have only got a few million people, not a very good economy. You can talk about, well, they still contribute to the region in these ways and these ways and these ways as well.